Hey guys, Andreas here, and it's time to finally answer one of these decade threads. I don't know why I didn't do 70s and 80s. I don't really, maybe it's just I don't think I have all the years in those decades, but 90s I definitely do. Because that was much like Fred. I'm only, I think, a year or two younger than he is. So, yeah. So that was my time. Let's get started, shall we? 1990. Good year. I was 12. I wasn't really, buying records yet, but this record came out in 90, and I love this record. I've seen this band 3 times now, and hopefully they tour again, make another album, but this is the Jesus Lizard with Goat. I think the Cool Ranchers showed Goat. But yeah, I mean, from the first song to the last, this is a masterpiece. And this is the beginning of their trilogy. On Touch and Go. And yeah, the first time I heard Monkey Trick on this record, look that up, Monkey Trick off of Goat. One of my favorite bass players of all time is David William Sims, and oh my goodness, amazing. And I just heard that Scratch Acid is doing a tour. Scratch Acid was David Yao and David Sims' band before Jesus Lizard, so they're coming to Portland next month, I think, so I'm gonna go see him. But yeah, Jesus Lizard, Goat. 1991, I'm gonna show Nevermind. No, I'm not. I do still enjoy Nirvana, but I don't have Nevermind on record, nor CD. I think I have everything but that record now. Yeah, I mean, I remember getting, I think it was like 1990, actually 1990 when I first got Bleach on tape, and, I had Nevermind at one point, but I got rid of it. But anyway, here's what I am showing. Nation of Ulysses, 13-point program to destroy America. Discord Records, or actually 91, sorry. Yeah. This record is awesome. Ian Simonius, one of the best frontmen of the 90s, I think. And now, even with his current band, Chain in the Gang. But, yeah, great, politically charged, post-rock, post-punk, I guess. Post-whatever. Yeah, I love this record. He plays trumpet on here, and my favorite song on this record is Diphtheria. I love Diphtheria off this record. 92. This is actually a split record, and I really liked both of these bands. I still do. But this is on Kill Rock Stars, and this is the Huggy Bear Bikini Kill split. This was a lot of my friends had this record, and I had to grab it. And I love both these bands. They're both awesome. Riot Girl, I guess, would be the genre of the time. Yeah, great record. And I still love listening to both of these bands, like when I'm in a feisty mood. 93. I wasn't listening to Earth back then. This is probably the only record I wasn't listening to at the time it came out. But yeah, this is a fantastic record from '93. I do like their sound now more, but this is great drone music, and yeah, fantastic. 1994. I was a huge, and I still am to a point, garage rock or garage punk or whatever, 60s punk fan, and these guys kind of revived that in the late 80s, early 90s. And this is, I think, a reissue of some early stuff, but it said 94 on it, so I grabbed it. This is the Mummies, Party at Steve's House. On Pinup Records. Mummies. Greatest garage band of the 90s, I think. Fantastic. You can't go wrong with these guys. I mean, yeah, this is a great song. They do a version of Zippity Doo Dah to close the record out. And fucking A. 95. This is one I had trouble with because I don't have a lot of records from 95, but I picked this one because I do like the sound of these guys, and I should probably pick up more of their records, and they, I think, released a record a couple years ago, so they're still doing stuff. But that's Blonde Redhead, and this album, I think Steve Shelley produced. This is basically a double album of their first two records. It was released, I think, later, 99 is when I bought this. But yeah, these records were recorded in like 94, 95 area, so that's why I chose it for 95. It's great. What would you call it? I don't even know what you'd call it, but it's good music. It's good 90s music. How about that? 96. There's only one record for 96 that, I mean, there's tons that matter to me. It was the year I graduated high school, but it's gotta be Brainiac, Hissing Prigs, and Static Couture. Fantastic record, man. I love this record so much. This is, I actually got to go to, there used to be a record store in Dayton called Trader Vic's, and the guys in Brainiac were there the night I went to a midnight release. Don't see a lot of those too much anymore, of this record. And it was the year I graduated high school, like I said, and it was just an all-around great experience. I didn't pick up the vinyl that night. I picked up the CD. This is actually, I think it's probably a reissue, but I'm glad I have the vinyl now, because I freaking love this record. It's a masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. They considered themselves kind of a revival of the no-wave movement in a way, but really kind of not. I mean, if you listen to other no-wave bands, you know, Timmy played synthesizer and sang, and just the guitar tunings and everything on this record are just so good. 97. I just chose this record because this is kind of where I was back then. I mean, this is when I was starting to get more into like raunchy stuff, and I saw this cover. I know I've showed this record a lot, but I mean, look at it. I was Nashville Pussy, Let Them Eat Pussy. This is their first record. Right before this, the singer Blaine was in a band called 9 Pound Hammer, and this is like southern rock punk. Yeah. I saw this record and I was like, damn titties, you know, like. So I had to pick it up, and I really liked what's on it. So what's a good song on here? Blowing Smoke, Eat My Dust, Fried Chicken and Coffee. All 3 of those good songs. This whole album's a ripper, you know, good rock and roll. 98, I actually got 2 records from 98. Sorry, Fred. The first one is Extra Acme by the John Spencer Blues Explosion. I was going to pick something from the earlier years, but I, of course, had other records for that, but I loved this remix album. I loved it. And I finally got it on vinyl. I got it when it came out, but yeah. Yeah, I loved this record. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. And I know it says JSBX 99 on it, but it actually says somewhere on here that it came out in 98. But this is on Matador, so good record. The other record I have for 98 is one of my favorite bands ever to see live, and I've always loved the sounds of them. But it's the Makeup, and this was the second record I got from them. And this was actually the year I started dating my ex-wife. And our first date was actually seeing the Makeup live. So, yeah, this was a fantastic show, and this is a great record. And they have reissued this, which I'll probably pick up. So this one might be up for grabs. And then finally, 1999. This is the year I discovered a Norwegian band that I loved and based a lot of based on their stuff, their humor, their music, and things like that. I rode these guys for a while, and I still love them. But you know, of course, musically, I'm writing better stuff these days. Not better, but different. That's what I should say. But I love this band. They were so hilarious. I loved their name. You know and love them too. Turbonegro. This is their live double album, Darkness Forever. And I picked this record up, and the first thing I saw was their name. I was like, this has got to be in my collection. Because I didn't know anything about them at the time. You know, I was still like, you know, I was barely in my 20s. And yeah, I had to pick this up. And I love it. I looked at the song titles. I'll just give you guys a glimpse so I don't have to say them out loud. Check out. Yeah, check it out. Especially the second to last song. Hobbit motherfuckers. I love the Lord of the Rings, and I saw that and I had to have it. So there it is. The glorious 90s. I hope that was sufficient, Fred. And thanks for the great thread, man. I really enjoyed that. So thank you. And I love you. Good night.